Welcome back to the Sticky Art channel. If you're new here, my name is Justin, and in this video, I'm going to try drawing the tiniest skulls using the world's smallest mechanical pencil lead. And I'll also do a quick unboxing of the Pentel Orenz mechanical pencil that holds the smallest pencil lead, as well as a quick review. This is the Pentel Orenz model PP502. This mechanical pencil uses the smallest lead at 0.2 millimeters. Supposedly there was a prototype that Pentel made a while back that was at 0.1 millimeter, but that's never been released to the public. And looking at the back in here, this is a pen that is made in Japan. Everything on the back here for the most part is in Japanese symbols. And unfortunately I can't read Japanese symbols, but if anybody can, let me know in the comments below if there's any important information that is in this that I need to know. But for the most part, I'm just guessing that it says to be careful with it. It's probably very delicate considering it is so small. And looking at the pencil itself, it looks like a pretty standard mechanical pencil. One thing that's a little different is that this pencil has a lead support system, which I'll show off in just a moment. Looking at the inside of the packaging, I noticed that the insert is actually a little booklet. And looking at the back bottom here too, it's got some more writing, as well as what looks to be a sad face, and on the other side a happy face with music. So maybe if you use the pencil correctly, it should sound like music to your ears. I'm not exactly sure what it means. But it looks like also too, if you press down in a certain way, it's going to make a wiggly line. And then something about the metal protecting case. I got that smiley face with the music again. And I also cut off part of the top part. So once again, I'm not fluent in Japanese symbols, but if anybody is, feel free to fill in on the comments or translate in on the comments. And looking a little bit closer at the pen, there was a sticker on here of what not to do versus what to do, and I still am not really clear what it means. In the back here, there's a hidden eraser just by taking off the cap. In the front, you can see this is the lead support system. This is not the lead. This is actually just a metal kind of casing that goes around the lead. And since the lead is so small, when it comes out, you can see it kind of just supports the lead. And from the instruction manual, that might be too far, but we'll find out. So I'm going to test this out and see how far it's supposed to be pushed out. And just for size comparison, this is a 0.7 millimeter lead versus a 0.2, and the actual lead protection system is smaller than the 0.7 millimeter lead. So these are some faces and some skulls that I was working on a live stream a while back, and I was attempting to try and draw the tiniest skull. I was having a really difficult time. It just got down to it where it was just too small with the 0.7 millimeter lead, and somebody recommended in the live stream to try a smaller lead, which led me to finding the smallest lead available, which is this. And right away, this is a lot easier. What took me probably 3 or 4 tries, I was able to do the first time. While it's not perfect, it is pretty good, and I was able to come back in and add some details that I just wasn't able to get with the bigger lead. That being said, I wanted to try and go again with the smallest size and try and be a lot more accurate. But what I noticed is this paper that I was using is just kind of standard sketch paper. And it actually has kind of a rough texture. Even though it's really hard to see on the camera, it almost is like writing on a bumpy surface or like a mountainous surface with a really small pencil lead. And I was able to get something that resembled a skull, but definitely not the level of detail I wanted. And just for scale, this is a finger tech deck board, just for size comparison. So after trying that, I also thought to myself that maybe I could try some different paper, and that might be part of the issue as well. And it would help make it so I can make an even tinier skull. So I pulled out the smoothest paper that I had in my collection, which is a Bristol Smooth. And I know that I used to have a Bristol Smooth Vellum that I think is even smoother than this. Right away too, looking at this and what I was able to do as far as accuracy was a lot more accurate using a smoother paper. I did finally end up breaking the pencil lead. However, I did find that the pencil lead is actually very strong for how small it is. I think it's a little bit softer than an HB2, considering how dark it goes down. And I found that when the pencil lead is a lot closer in, you get a lot more control. It still is very hard to draw it this small, and I tried using a sticky eraser to clean up some of the lines. And I came back one more time to fill in some details. And I wanted to try and make a little bit bigger one, and I'll show in just a moment the scale, but this one on the left-hand side is actually about the size of a grain of rice. While the smooth Bristol paper is a lot smoother texture than the sketch paper, there still was a level of roughness to the paper or a slight texture, and I found that by bouncing the actual tip of the pencil, it helped make it kind of a stippling or a tattoo machine almost. And I was able to just lightly graze over the top of the paper and be able to get those light details. I also like that the pencil lead is a little bit softer than a standard HB2 lead. I'm not sure what they're using in it, but it definitely is softer and it makes it less likely to break, but it also allows me to go in there, and if I use a little bit more pressure, I'm able to get a lot darker of a line. And measuring these out, the larger one on the left is about 2 millimeters and the one on the right is less than 1 millimeter. And while this is pretty small, I wanted to try it one more time using kind of pointillism technique just to get the details. So instead of trying to draw it out, I just tried to make small little tiny dots and build up the shape of the skull. And I was really surprised with the level of detail that I was able to get with this pencil. I would definitely recommend it if you are looking to get more detail out of your drawings. And I think the only way to get more detail from this would be if I were to go out and buy either like a jeweler's magnifying glass or something where I could actually make it a little bit bigger for me to see. At this level, I actually could not even see it very well with my eyes, and I do have 20/20 vision. It just is so small, and this was the closest I was able to zoom in with my camera. I think to get in any closer and get a clear image, I would need to get a macro lens of some sort. Overall, I was really happy with the results I was able to get just with my bare eyes and the pencil. And this was a really fun challenge just to try and draw something really small. If you want to try this challenge and you want to check out the pencil that I use, you can check it out in the video description below. And here's a grain of rice just for one more size reference. And that about wraps up this video. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up as well as subscribe and turn on post notifications for when I post my newest videos. And until next time, peace.